We believe that the Lord Jesus Christ has by his suffering and death made an atonement for the whole world so that whosoever will may be saved.
I'm going to sing this one. It's beautiful. We believe that the Lord Jesus Christ has by his suffering and death made an atonement for the whole world, so that whosoever will may be saved. That's just wonderful. The fact of that moment in time, the pivotal time in history when Christ demonstrated God's love for us. There is no moment that's had such an effect on the world, and nor will there ever be a moment like that. And then this lovely statement that it's whosoever will may be saved. Perhaps you don't want to be saved. How sad is that? But Jesus will save whoever accepts his love and forgiveness through faith, and the love of God will pour over them. Isn't that good news?
The solution for man's sin or separation from God is Jesus Christ. What man could not do for himself, God did through Jesus Christ. And by his suffering and death, he made an atonement for the whole world. The idea of atonement speaks of bringing separate persons together at one meant. And we believe that Jesus Christ has, by his life and death and resurrection, made it possible for those people who were alienated from God, both because of their heritage through Adam and Eve, but because of their own disobedience. Jesus has made a way for them to be reunited in fellowship with God.
You know, the Son of God hung on a cross for my sin. And while some look at that and say, what kind of a God would ask for a blood sacrifice? We have to think of how much was lost and how much is gained by his sacrifice. We lost a relationship. We lost spiritual life with him. We lost everything. And it only takes the sacrifice of Jesus to bring us back what we lost. I can't make up for what I've lost. I can't make up for my sin. And it is only the perfect sacrifice of Jesus. Yes, it was a blood sacrifice. Yes, he died for you and me on a cross. But that's the only way to bring us back. That was the only way that we could be back in relationship with God. There's just no other way. And whether we understand that in our modern culture or not is something we'll have to wrestle with. But it is what happened, and it is the only thing that will save you and me. We have to accept that sacrifice that Jesus made for us to be saved.
Salvation is for everyone. That's something that I think is just an amazing thing. Salvation is for everybody who wants it. It's God's free gift to us all, and I think there's just nothing better than that. That's probably my favorite doctrine. Just knowing that nobody's excluded, everybody's invited to the party. Salvation's for anyone. All you have to do is accept it, because the gift's just out there, just waiting for anyone to take it.
Jesus gave his life for you and I, and he died for everyone. No one is exempt from what he did. But it is up to us as believers to accept him into our lives. And so once we accept him in our life, he comes and be a part of us, and he wants to be a part of us so that we can continue living a life that is filled with joy, that is filled with peace and happiness. But that is totally up to us if we want that.
Jesus took the sin of every single person who ever lived and whoever will be onto himself and suffered in his death on the cross so that anyone who ever lived could be saved. And the means of that salvation are part of our next doctrine.